doing our own thing, writing our own plan, accepting no handouts, so we don't need your hand, creating our own.
I'm from, like, niggas is cold-hearted out there, so like being around y'all, it kind of caught me off guard. So I'm like, wow, why are they so nice? Like, it's just real, they trying to get me? Yeah. Like, that was my first thought. Like, I mean, the first thought is always defense, where I'm from.
Yeah.
But, just being around y'all, like, even with KAREGA and Yusha, you know, through my music, I like to teach. But it just stays in the music. And being with y'all, it's like I had to learn. I had a teacher to teach me how to teach. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So now I'm carrying that outside of music.
Yeah.
Like, I can give you a lesson in a rhyme. I'm gonna give you a lesson in life. Like, come here, young boy, let's go to this show. Just like y'all do. So being around y'all is a blessing. Cause I learned a lot about art and just life.
Yeah. It's Feast has giving, and with the topic being with great care, I think with great care naturally had to come after we talked about learning how to give. After we went through this whole lesson and model of giving, right? Just like the tree planted in the ground, right? So we mastered the art of giving. We made it a life plight, and now we understand that everything should be handled with great care. The act of both giving and receiving, transference, should be handled with great care. And insofar as you do that, you foster an environment where people are comfortable enough to give you advice, to lean on you for advice, and just really ask you for what your strengths are. And when you do it with great care, you leave so much more room for growth and really operational, like functions. I can recall coming to Tristan on that account on a number of things. And let's just talk life. I'm talking travel advice. I'm talking about international travel advice. I'm talking about marketing. But these types of, when you have this type of comfort, this operation, this zone of proximity where I really feel comfortable and confident, you become your best self. And being part of this group and having a role in this group is valuable.
Indeed. I'll say for myself, like, one of the great things that I love about the circle of influence that I'm in is the fact that, I feel like everybody in here has a certain level of spiritual sensitivity to be able to gauge where each person is at. And another thing, the accountability. And I'm going to tell you why those two are important. I just feel like for myself, through our college and our personal lives, everybody has played an instrumental role in pouring into each other. But for me personally, like I think that everybody has seen me to a certain place that's higher than what I saw myself at, and just everybody kind of raising that standard and having that standard for me, has been pivotal, and I think we do that for each other in different aspects. So, yeah.
Definitely, I would definitely agree with that. Speaking from me and trying to be a model. And just, with the circle of friends, I think that you guys saw something in me before I saw it in myself. And so me taking that leap of faith and, going to auditions and, doing photo shoots and things like that, it's you guys who motivated me to do, to work harder and to push myself. And, I just really appreciate being with you guys. It's like my family away from family. I'm very family oriented, and you guys know that about me.
Oh, yeah.
And so to have that family away from my family, it means so much. It means a lot.
To more than agree with you, I remember when I first got to DC and I was making music, and I ran across KAREGA, and I remember KAREGA was telling me, he was like, man, you're a dope rapper, like you're a dope writer, but we gotta get you some good production. And Reed pulled me in.
I love him. Tell him the truth.
Hooked me up to your connects, gave me your connects in music, brought me in, made me a brother, made me a friend, brought me into a circle that you really had already established. When Reed was touring, took me with him, took me to Cali. The moves that I've been able to make musically have really been based on kind of like the hip of this brother, kind of riding his coattail. And it got to a point where it also got to a level of of healthy competition. I think that's what you was talking about earlier, was talking about the accountability of success around you, it's healthy competition. How do you be around somebody who's starring and that not rub off on you? To the point where everybody in the the group is a star. Like we're all shining. As one person rises, we don't even allow the other person to fall. It's like we gotta pick them up.
Affirmative.
And I segue that even to, you know, everybody in the crew is pretty much, you know, well dressed and everybody's flying, even to the point where there's somebody in the team, such as Kim, who elevates the style of a person. You know what I'm saying? Like we let nobody in the crew slack off. Like everybody has to look good. Yeah, I mean, credit to the circle and credit to the people in it who take their gift, is what I said. Take their gift and we work on each other, we elevate each other, and never allow an opportunity for someone in the crew not to have what we have or better. And I think that applies to a thing, like to have faith. For one to have faith, they must want for their brother what they want for themselves.
It doesn't separate. It doesn't separate. And then the conversation component, Yusha, you and I discussed some years ago that, and Tristan, we discussed some years ago that conversation is really the art of refining vision. Because you speak the word until it becomes clear enough. And if you're speaking to your brother who you know has understanding and they can't understand, that means you're not being clear enough.
I would say because I'm the person that's the newest into the circle, and I didn't go to school with anybody here, and I'm not rapping and performing and writing words and performing in all these different places. But just going and stepping out on faith in some things and sticking with some things, if it had not been for the career in with Nordstrom and different boutiques and doing personal styling with other artists and other individuals, I wouldn't be able to give that off to you all. And then separating myself from some things, changing my life, and then meeting my husband, and then meeting all of you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be a part of this. So I think that is just awesome when one person just decides to really do what they believe God has them to do and follow that and just stay on that course and just have the faith that everything is going to work out. Because 2-3 years ago, I would not have thought I'd be sitting here.
So that brings the topic, like what type of progression must a person have in order to meet a circle of friends but be able to operate in that circle and to be able to learn from it? Because, you know, obviously it's here, the love is here, the support is here, but, you know, are there people, do we believe that there might be people who are not able to receive that support when they have it or adapt to it? Or are there people that we know who, you know, who need that support, would love to have it, but as Brian said earlier, it's not necessarily around them. Like they're on an island by themselves. You know.
If you do it with great care, they'll accept it. The issue then becomes, it has to be done with great care. That's the only way to change someone's previous experiences and preconceived notions about a group surrounding achievement, because it's so easy for someone to feel like I don't belong in this group because everyone's so driven to achieve. And then you would end up separating someone who you really want to be a part of it. However, when done with great care and great sincerity and great love and great compassion, it warms them in, it pulls them in, and it can go from the young people we work with or our own peer group. But you do it with great care. If love is your intention, love is your motive, if that's your declarative statement, you can do it, because love is that thing that mends all, heals all, repairs all. And synonymously, right, we know that because love has been so touched on and so sometimes it's a touchy subject, when we translate the language from love to with great care, we know with great care is inclusive of love, we're able to bring in a new crowd. Because love is a difficult conversation, right? But that's because it shouldn't be a conversation, it should be an action component. With great care is the action of love.
Which brings it to, like, almost a close and an understanding of the conversation. Like, with great care relates to love. But this first project, this first EP is about the heart, right? And how do we relate to the heart? And how do we use the heart to build into relationships and to step into relationships with great care? And you know, with the intention of saying, you know, I'm going to be the best person I can be, and recognizing those around you, you know, I'm going to be that supporter, right? I'm going to be that role player at times, but then other times I know I have people around me who are going to help me shine and help me star and help me be what I need to be. And I think when a person has that, when a person is able to build a team, so to say, or have that connection of people around them, then, you know, they say the sky is the limit, but I'd be willing to say that there's no limit, right? There's no limit to what a group of positive individuals can do.
Great. Great. With great care.
Indeed.
Turn the headphones up.